I know what you're thinking. Hey Stix, that's a nice shirt. Whoa, Stix, that is a smart haircut. And first, thank you. I appreciate that. But we're not here today to talk about me. On the contrary, we're here today to talk about accusations that Nikke, and more than Nikke, Tencent, are censoring, that they are inhibiting free speech from their community, their public community subreddit, by having the entire moderation staff be Tencent employees. Now, just let me preface this entire thing by stating that I do not think influencers or content creators that have a love or fondness for a game, a franchise, a media franchise, movies, TV series, anime, should be restricted from running a community subreddit as long as it is not financially motivated. But having a company or a studio run a community subreddit whose entire purpose and goal is to be free of that studio's control and manipulation, a community, a public community, a forum, a subreddit, a Discord that has the singular focus of being community driven should be moderated, should be driven exclusively from the community. So, when I happened upon this thread, we discovered that Nikke's subreddit is controlled by the games company mods. Is there or are there other subreddits that could have been controlled by a games company employees too? Now, I will note, I cannot state with 100% certainty that the claim here that the games company, Tencent, moderates the entirety of the subreddit. This person seems to say that the community is 0% actually community run. Looking at the subreddit, looking at the moderators for the subreddit, I do see Nikke EN. So the official Nikke Reddit user is one of the moderators. But looking at the others, like, it is impossible to say. I've read or heard in the past that there are Discord moderators that are also subreddit moderators. I've heard that there's actually an additional, subreddit called Nikke Outpost that is arguably also pretty popular as well. This subreddit is supposedly not moderated by any members of the Tencent studio. What do you guys think? Do you guys think, before I go any further and before I read any of this, do you guys think that a studio should be allowed to moderate a community Discord, that a community focused and a community driven subreddit or Discord is run, moderated, and operated by the company themselves, and that they have the ability here to censor, they have the ability to create and control the very narrative surrounding their game? Because let's say, for instance, they release a new character. She's incredibly overpowered, so overpowered that she's entirely game breaking. And people are furious, they are livid at the Nikke studio for doing this. So there is a horde of players that go onto the subreddit and they start leaving very negative messages. They start creating negative threads, leaving negative comments, and Tencent, who run this community subreddit, start removing them all. If you're a member of that community, you're going to automatically assume that there is no negative sentiment, and that everything has been well received, everything is being praised, and everything is all happy. If this were a community-driven subreddit, that wouldn't happen. There would be a lot of negativity, there'd be a lot of toxicity, but there would also be positivity. It wouldn't be exclusively one side or the other. And that is something that being run, moderated, and operated by the studio that is in control of the game does. Let's see. I think it's a very important question because a lot of players would want to have the most neutral information and answers about things, especially when they want to spend a lot of time and money. If there are only praised pros while cons are being hidden or censored, I think it can't be good for the evolution of any game or the industry. Exactly. This is literally exactly what I said. Well, more or less. Apparently, Alchemy Stars also has Tencent staff on the community subreddit, and it looks like there hasn't really been any drop. Well, I mean, like, one person here says that there hasn't been any drama. This person says that the Alchemy Stars Tencent staff have been very hands off. This person said that he wouldn't be surprised if the 7 Deadly Sins subreddit was controlled by Netmarble. They were paying accounts to AstroTurf, the subreddit. There are other people in agreement with that. The HoloLive and Niji-Sanji subs have staff as mods as well. Okay, so is this actually more common than I thought? Are there actually a large number of communities that are operated and moderated by the staff? I don't know. I feel off. I feel like that shouldn't be okay. I don't think that the studio should be allowed to control what the community thinks of their game, or I don't think they should be allowed to control the public perception of their game, or what the public perceives the community's objective thoughts to be. Because if all you see is praise and all you see are pros, and that's what you're going to think everyone thinks of the game, especially with a community as large as the Nikke subreddit community is, which I think has, what, 20, 30, 40,000 members at this juncture, given the popularity of Nikke. 54,000 people are already a part of this community with thousands of people online. This isn't even peak hours. So if you're seeing literally 50,000 members and so many of them saying nothing but positive things about the game, then your view of the game is going to be skewed, because you're going to think that public perception is positive, when in reality it might be very heavily negative, but the community is just being censored. And nobody knows any different. Nobody knows any better. I feel like this is actually, and I love Nikke. I do. I think Nikke has some of the most incredible looking characters, fantastic voice acting, and actual good story. Like I know I might get some crap for saying this, but I think it's actually a pretty solid quality gacha game. But having played an extensive amount of it and enjoying it for what it is, I can also say with 100% certainty that it has a lot of flaws and a lot of areas that need improvement. Now, even believing that this game is as fun as it is, I can say that this is a disgusting abuse of power and should not be allowed nor accepted in any capacity. But that's just my thought. I'm curious what all of you think. Now, if you are not a fan of Nikke, then no problem. I got 2 different videos on screen right now that might be of interest to you. One featuring a list of some absolutely incredible looking anime gacha games that are slated to launch this year in 2023. The other featuring a list of your favorite gacha games and how they're doing this year in 2023. You're welcome.